How's it going, cosmonauts? I'm Cosmic and welcome back to another Marvel Rivals video. Today we're doing another concept. I put out a poll probably a month or two ago asking what you guys wanted next. I gave a bunch of suggestions and the more Avengers is what won. So today we're going to be doing, well, I mean, you can already see it in the thumbnail. We are going to be doing Warmachine, Wasp, and Falcon. As you guys know, if I'm gonna do 3, I'm gonna do 1 for each role. We'll start with our Vanguard and we'll move down to our support. And for our Vanguard, I went with Warmachine. Like with every character, we're gonna start with their passive, and Warmachine's passive is called Autocannon. Basically, Warmachine's shoulder-mounted cannon. Whenever anybody gets too close to him, it will automatically lock on and start shooting an enemy that's close to him. Not doing a lot of damage, but this also doesn't require any button press. This is just automatic thing. We'll get into his attacks now. Starting with his first attack, went with wrist blasters. So he has the 2 wrist-mounted guns, which he can shoot forward. I was thinking these could work on an overheat kind of mechanic. His alt fire would just be called Heat Seekers. It is basically a lock-on rocket blister on his shoulder. It can lock on to up to 6 rockets, and it does shoot out 6. I was thinking they do about 20 damage each. That's not crazy. Of course, we'll go on to his abilities next. His first ability is called Rocket Boost. I based a lot of his design ideas off of Ironmonger from the MCU. So he's kind of, I didn't really want him to fly because I didn't want to do 3 flying characters for all the Avengers. Plus, we don't really need a flying tank. So I was thinking this could kind of work similar to Strange's. So he has a rocket hop, and then he can float for a little bit. And then his last ability is called Holotech Barrier. So using some of the 2099 tech, right? He now has a shield that he can hold out in front of him, protecting his team. Think Reinhardt shield. It's what I based it off of. That brings us to our team up abilities. I only really went with 1. I couldn't quite get one for the whole team. If you guys have any team up abilities for this team, please leave them in the comments. I'd like to see what you guys can come up with. So what I was able to come up with was a team up ability excuse me, a team up ability between Warmachine and Iron Man called Lockdown Protocol. This is an ability where both people have to press the button and confirm it together. This puts them back to back, and then their health gets pooled into 1 health bar, and they get infinite ammo for 15 seconds, based off of the scene from Iron Man 2. So, obviously, next up is his ultimate. I left that for last, and his ultimate is called Weapons Loose. I know originally I was going to do the hoverjet thing from the 90s, but I didn't end up going with that. Warmachine locks his feet into the ground and unloads everything from that's in front of him. Just gets destroyed for about 10 seconds. And there's no need to worry about ammo or overheating. So, I don't know if anybody actually played Paladins, but think of Ruckus from Paladins. His ultimate, very similar to this. Like in the past with some of these episodes, I like to give a couple of costume options for each character. This episode I decided to do 3 costumes. So the Warmachine costume I picked out ended up being the just classic OG comic look, the 90s look, the classic 90s vibe for Warmachine. And then, of course, put my guy Frank Castle in the suit and put the Punisher logo on there and give me the Punisher Warmachine. And my last Warmachine I picked out was when he is Iron Patriot. Next up is, of course, our duelist, which is Falcon. Like with all of our characters, we'll start with his passive, which is called Hollow Bones. This makes just Falcon overall a faster moving character in the air. All of his speed is tracked in a momentum bar. So basically, imagine on the side of your screen there's like a little speed dial, like if you're in a car and you can see how fast you're going. Imagine that. So he has something similar to that. His first attack is called Razor Feathers. Falcon will throw 2 feathers out of one of each of his wings on each side. Basically, he just swings them and 2 feathers come out. It has 30 ammo and it uses 2 ammo shots, so roughly you have 15 shots. And before you have to reload, which I don't know what Falcon's reload would be, but it's a video game, what do you expect? Next up is his alt fire, which I called Feather Drill, which he just launches a steady stream of feathers in a beam for 5 seconds. The longer the beam is connected to an enemy, the more damage it takes. So basically, he's just throwing the feathers in one straight beam. That's all. Next up, of course, is his abilities. He has 3 abilities. Flying characters tend to have more abilities. It's just a thing because there's always an ability. It makes them move faster through the air. So I guess we'll start with that. That is called a Commanding Rush. It adds a boost to Falcon's speed for 7 seconds. But whenever you use this, it gives you a permanent kind of boost in your momentum bar. So after you use it, he will continue to be faster than he was before you used it. And it does stack. His first real ability is called, of course, Red Wing. Red Wing, so Falcon whistles, Red Wing flies in, allowing you to control Red Wing, and any enemy that is seen in Red Wing's sight is marked for you and your team. I've heavily based this off of the way that your Eagle / Raven works in the newer Assassin's Creed games. Yeah. So his final ability is called Stop Blast. So this is the attack that uses your momentum. So stopping Falcon suddenly, all of his momentum gets turned into an air blast that gets pushed forward. The faster Falcon is traveling, the more damage it does. So basically your entire goal is to try and use your Commanding Rush to gain momentum to make your Stop Blast more effective. We'll go into his team up before his ultimate. His team up is called Shield of Freedom. This is a team up between him and Captain America. Obviously, he is Captain America in the MCU right now. He also is in the comics for quite a bit, especially recently. So basically, similar to our last team up ability, it is a button press that both members have to press. This will give them both a new ability. And basically, Cap throws his shield to Falcon, which gives Falcon 200 extra shield on his health, and then he dives bombs into wherever his reticle is looking. To finish off Falcon, we'll end with his ultimate. This is the only other ability that he can gain momentum from, so you can use this for Stop Blast as well. So, maxing out Falcon's momentum meter and making his damage area bigger, so imagine he gets basically a wind effect on all of his attacks, so they have a bigger surface area of damage. This lasts for about 10 seconds, but this can make you basically hit Stop Blast, and then you'll regain your momentum extremely fast, so it'd be like, similar to how the tornadoes are for, what's it called? Human Torch's ultimate. For Falcon skins, we picked out 3, the same as everyone else. The first one I went for was again a classic comic look. The one where he has like the V shirt thing and the sleeveless look. When I think of Falcon, this is normally what pops into my head, just the classic Falcon. Of course, we're going to have some kind of MCU suit, and personally I'd rather it be the Falcon in the Winter Soldier suit, because that is my favorite Falcon suit. Don't ask me how the wing attack would work, or like any of his attacks would work. I am not a game dev, I am just a conceptor. Of course, we need our Captain America, so give him a Captain America skin as well. And of course, last but not least, we'll go with our specialist, which is of course Wasp. We'll start with our passive, like always, which for Wasp is called Sting Like a Bee. For Wasp's enemies, her stingers, which is her basic attack, will build up a meter on basically wherever you see like above their health bar or whatever. There'll be a little, anyway, some kind of circle on your reticle. I don't know. They could figure it out. I'm not a fucking game dev. I'm just giving suggestions. But it will build up a little meter, and when that meter is filled, it will stun the enemy similar to a mantis sedation or so. So it rewards you a little bit for shooting your enemies, but not a whole lot. Similar to Mantis's headshots. So, like I stated before, I want a flying specialist. So I made one. Here is, I mean, I think, isn't Rogue a flying specialist? Yes, Rogue is a flying specialist. Well, here is another flying specialist. So, Wasp's first attack is called Healing Sting. She shoots her bioelectric stingers, and it will heal allies and damage enemies. Her alt fire is called Bioelectric Dive Bomb. This allows Wasp to fly towards a teammate, basically similar to the way the thing's hop works. This will create a bioelectric explosion, healing teammates that are hit by the explosion, but also damaging enemies. So it would reward, say your Spider-Man on your team is overextending, and you need to heal them quickly. You can, if as long as he is in, line of sight, which they never are, you can connect to him and hop to him and heal him, basically. Next, we'll go into our abilities. First ability for Wasp is called Insect Loyalty. Basically, Wasp will communicate with ants to mark a specific teammate, and that ant will heal that teammate over time. So it's basically a guaranteed healing stream to whoever is locked onto. Her second ability is called Particle Avoidance. This shrinks Wasp and allows her to move faster through the air, but she takes no more damage, so this is similar to the way that Witch's ghost kind of form works. It lasts for a few seconds, speeds her up, she can dip. And then her final, we'll go into her team up ability first. So, her team up ability is called Pim Projection. This is a team up ability between Wasp and Iron Man. This gives Iron Man a new ability, which is a small AoE that enemies that get hit by it are banished to the quantum realm. So, again, I'm gonna go back to Paladins. I don't know a lot of people that played this game, but there's a character in that game called Atlas, and his ultimate works very similar to this. So basically, when you shoot them, they are completely removed from play for a short amount of time. So basically, they don't count on point, and you can't attack them. I guess this works similar to Hulk's Exile as well, you could say. And of course, we'll end with Wasp's ultimate, which is called Ant Rampage. Wasp summons a horde of ants, and this is an AoE area, basically just giant area radius. Any enemies that are in there get damaged over time, as well as it makes them harder to see, because like on your view there will be ants crawling across the screen to kind of just get in your way and disorient you. Imagine the I forget what it's called, the fucking squid from Mario Kart, similar to that, but with ants. But for teammates that are in the ant area, it just heals them because the ants are on your side. For Wasp's costumes, we're just gonna start with a classic comic look, just like the other two. I always feel like you can't have the character without having their classic comic vibe. The other look I went for was the Unstoppable Wasp look from the comics. I just vibe with this costume, and I feel like it'd be a nice mix from the yellow. Speaking of yellow, we're gonna go with her MCU Quantumania suit, because I think this is the best Wasp suit that we've gotten in the MCU. That brings us to the end of our video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, or if you have any suggestions or any ideas that you could have added to this video, please leave a comment. If you didn't like the video, you can always dislike it. If you really want to help me out, you can always subscribe. It is free, and we are trying to hit 500 subs by June, even though that's a couple days away, so that's not happening. But you never know. So, if you made it this far in the video, you're an MVP. Thank you for watching. Peace.